Modern Women, Part 8. Now we arrive to where we are now. Now, in the 2010s, the government realizing, the governments and corporations wanted to fully, create, lead to the absolute level of modernism they are in. So what happened is, you had a lot of false accusations before. You could look up Emmett Till. You could look up Emmett Till, racially generated. There's been a lot of false accusations. But what happened is the corporations, the government, and religion, they wanted to fully create a situation where the men are absolutely demonized. Where the tension between the sexes, you have the women backed by the government and the corporations, where in the 2010s, you had, I won't say the company's names, but you had major corporations doing interviews with women where they say the women get paid 15 cents on a dollar. So you had corporations literally funding a lie that they don't pay the women the same as the men. But what happened in 2010s is you had the Me Too situation, to the point where you had I think it was, what was his name? Damn it. Yeah, Senate. You had a Senate being falsely accused from the 1950s, no evidence. You know what I'm saying? You had a situation where it was open field day on men at work. There was no protection for the men from CEOs and so on. The men had to keep the doors open, everything. They can't talk to women like they're adults anymore. Then you have what happens in the 2020s, where by the time we hit 2020, it was a movement of basically deeming every man in the world outside of work is a threat and is a danger, even if the numbers and analytics do not add that up. So we've reached the modern level women we are now, where the woman basically prioritizes, everything is prioritized towards the government and the corporations. Love, blessings, everything you hear a woman speak, it sounds like she's practicing corporatism like a religion, what I'm saying, in government, because every conversation you hear, men are demons, they choose the bear. Everything you hear is to demonize the men, yet it is to worship the corporations and the government. You know what I'm saying? The woman will say, slavery is taking care of a man, but not doing overtime for your boss at the job. And we arrive to where we are now, where the full absolute version of the modern woman